Disney, who will bring a new world of entertainment, pleasure, and economic development to the state of Florida. Walt Disney. Thank you, Governor.
Menchicaboola, bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, it's off to work we go.
For the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
Forget about your worries and your strife.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
Ole! Ole! It's showtime!
Welcome to this happy place. Welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past. And here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
On Monday, November 15, 1965, the governor of Florida, W. Hayden Burns, along with Walt and Roy Disney, held a press conference at the Cherry Plaza Hotel in Orlando, Florida, to formally announce to the world that Walt Disney Productions had purchased 27,000 plus acres of land 12 miles southwest of the city of Orlando to develop into another Disney theme park.
Walt Disney, who will bring a new world of entertainment, pleasure, and economic development to the state of Florida. Walt Disney. Thank you, Governor. May I also introduce on my left the financial genius of Walt Disney Productions, its president, Mr. Roy Disney. Thank you, Governor. Mr. Disney, this is the largest press aggregation I have ever seen in the state of Florida, and I think it bespeaks the interest of the 6.5 million citizens of Florida for the great expectations that they have from this hour.
Well, Mr. Governor, this has been a wonderful reception that you've given us here. All the faces seem friendly, and we feel very much at home. And, of course, this is a big, exciting project for us, too, you know. I mean, in fact, it's the biggest thing we've ever tackled. And I might, for the benefit of the press, explain that my brother and I have been together in our business for 42 years now. He's my big brother, and he's the one that, when I was a little fella, I used to go to with some of my wild ideas, and he'd either straighten me out, put me on the right path or something, or if he didn't agree with me, I'd work on it for years until I got him to agree with me. But I must say that we've had our little problems that way. That's been the proper balance that has been needed in our organization.
In 1958, Walt Disney commissioned Harrison Buzz Price of Economics Research Associates to find a suitable location east of the Mississippi and in a warm climate to build another Disney theme park. This recommendation turned out to be in the state of Florida. In 1953, Mr. Price was also instrumental in determining the 160-acre location in Anaheim, California for Disneyland to be built. In 1963, Roy Disney, the financial head of Walt Disney Productions, gave his proposal for buying the needed land in Florida to company lawyer Robert Foster. Mr. Foster proceeded to set up dozens of dummy corporations with names like MT Lot, Latin America Development, Managers Corporation, and the Reedy Creek Ranch Corporation to purchase seemingly worthless parcels of land ranging from swampland to cattle pastures. In November of 1963, Walt and a team of Disney Imagineers, including his brother Roy, embark on a secret endeavor known simply as Project X, and later to be known as Project Florida, and then the Florida Project. While flying over the state of Florida, Walt's plane crossed over the area where Interstate 4 and Route 192 connect. At that moment, he knew he had found his location for his new theme park project. On April 15, 1964, Disney lawyer Robert Foster and fellow associates leave New York bound for Florida to begin land purchases for the Walt Disney Productions Company. He uses the name Robert Price to keep his real identity a secret. In the following months, Mr. Foster and his associates buy up numerous parcels of land, including 12,400 acres owned by 3 Orlando home builders for $145 an acre. They also purchased another 1,250 acres of land north of Bay Lake. One of the last major pieces of land to be purchased was a 7,600-acre cattle ranch in Osceola County that was owned by then State Senator Earl Bronson. By this time, local officials and citizens, along with the press, began to take notice of the giant land grab. As each deal was finalized, speculation grew as to who the mysterious buyers were. Due to the proximity to the Kennedy Space Center, several large aeronautical companies, such as McDonnell Douglas, Hughes Aircraft, and Boeing, were rumored to be the buyers. While in Florida, Disney associates would frequent a local store and soda fountain called Jock's Corner, which sat on the corner of Palm Parkway and Route 535, just past Hotel Boulevard and the current location of Disney Springs. A clerk at Jock's Corner grew suspicious to why all these men from California kept coming in to get sodas from him, and on one occasion Walt Disney himself was recognized by a waitress at Jock's. In October of 1965, Orlando Sentinel reporter Emily Bavar was hearing all the local rumors and started investigating. After having her suspicions confirmed, she released a story that it was Walt Disney who had been secretly behind all the land purchases. And once it was revealed, the prices for land in the area jumped 1,000%. Disney had been purchasing land for as low as $80 an acre to $80,000 an acre for the last deal they made.
Tomorrow, a project so vast, it has already been called a whole new Disney World. And now, here is Walt Disney.
Welcome to a little bit of Florida here in California. This is where the early planning is taking place for our so-called Disney World project. Now, the purpose of this film is to bring you up to date about some of the plans for Disney World. But before I go into any of the details, I want to say just a word about the site of our Florida project. As you can see on this map, we have a perfect location in Florida, almost in the very center of the state. In fact, we selected this site because it's so easy for tourists and Florida residents to get here by automobile. Now, in larger scale on this map, our Florida land is located partly in Orange County and Osceola County, between the cities of Orlando and Kissimmee. And the important thing is that the Disney World is located just a few miles from the crossing point of Interstate 4 and Sunshine State Parkway, Florida's major highways carrying motors east and west and north and south to the center of the state. The sketches and plans you will see today are simply a starting point, our first overall thinking about Disney World. Everything in this room may change time and time again as we move ahead. But the basic philosophy of what we're planning for Disney World is going to remain very much as it is right now. We know what our goals are. We know what we hope to accomplish. And believe me, it's the most exciting and challenging assignment we've ever tackled at Walt Disney Productions. Today, I want to share with you some of our ideas for Disney World. Now, the prologue to this film told you some of the philosophy that made Disneyland in California what it is today. Of course, there will be another amusement theme park in Florida, similar to the one in California. We're now developing a master plan that encompasses the theme park and all the facilities around it that will serve the tourists. Hotels, motels, and a variety of recreation activities. In fact, just this little area alone is 5 times the size of Disneyland in California.
But as you can see on this master plan, the theme park and all the other tourist facilities fill just one small area of our enormous Florida project. According to this scale, I am 6 miles tall. Now that's 12 miles from here up to here, and the whole area encompasses 27,400 acres. That is 43 square miles, twice the size of the island of Manhattan. Now the area we propose to develop is between the Reedy Creek Swamp and the Bonnet Creek Swamp. So one thing we don't need is a fence to protect us from trespassers. Here in Florida, we have something special we never enjoyed at Disneyland, the blessing of size. There's enough land here to hold all the ideas and plans we could possibly imagine. Right now, our plans include an airport of the future down here in Osceola County, an entrance complex where all visitors will enter Disney World, an industrial park area covering about 1,000 acres, and of course the theme park area way up here. And all these varied activities around the Disney World will be tied together by a high-speed, rapid transit system running almost the full length of the property. But the most exciting, by far the most important part of our Florida project, in fact, the heart of everything we'll be doing in Disney World, will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow. We call it Epcot, spelled E-P-C-O-T, Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow.
Now that Walt Disney had the land that he desired to build his Florida theme park, the job of designing and building Walt Disney World was underway. In this photo, Walt was seen looking over plans at the Florida site and what would turn out to be his one and only visit. On December 15, 1966, Walter Elias Disney passed away after a brief battle with lung cancer. Sadly, Walt never got to see the completion and opening of his Walt Disney World. After his passing, the task now rested squarely on the shoulders of his older brother, Roy O. Disney, in carrying out and fulfilling Walt's dream.
Walt Disney's greatest dream was left in competent hands. His brother and lifelong partner, Roy Disney, became head of the planning team, and with a zeal born of dedication, he plunged into the task. And so there began a series of on-the-site inspection trips, often as not by Roy Disney himself, who, like Walt before him, wanted to see how things were going. In the scenes that follow, you too will watch a dream coming true. In no time almost, it looked like this. The construction site began to look like the model. Buildings taking shape, even streets and plazas beginning to appear. Approaching from the lagoon, when later there is a lagoon, we would disembark at this boat dock, make our way under the railroad embankment, and continue up Main Street toward the central plaza in front of the castle. Circling the castle, we can see that it's as sturdy as any medieval castle, but the food will be better. A first-class restaurant on the top floor will provide the best view in the park. The two grandiose concoctions in the foreground are not birthday cakes created by some giant confectioner, but a railroad station and a city hall. Remember the sketches? Now the artist's dream has become a tangible reality. Still further evidence of Disney thoroughness. This whole operation from start to finish was recorded on film. And here's our documentary cameraman setting out to make this day's report. Meanwhile, his assistants have manned the 50-foot tower that stands on what will be the Central Plaza, the very hub of the Magic Kingdom. His camera records their activity, and theirs record his coming by. A case of picture takers taking pictures of picture takers. Of course, there was a good practical reason for all this camera coverage. It became a constant check on construction progress. No one was permitted to forget that target date, October 1971. Cars are being readied for a first trial run, and here come the tracks. Arches of solid concrete. Getting them to the park is an engineering feat in itself, for each of these spans is 110 feet long and weighs approximately 55 tons. Lifting them into place becomes almost an exercise in bridge building. 300 of these giant beams to create 5 miles of elevated track. Along Main Street, buildings are looking bright and new and finished. Scaffolding is coming down.
Walt Disney World is a tribute to the philosophy and the life of Walter Elias Disney, and to the talents, the dedication, and the loyalty of the entire Disney organization that made Walt Disney's dream come true. May Walt Disney World bring joy and inspiration and new knowledge to all who come to this happy place. A magic kingdom where the young at heart of all ages can laugh and play and learn together. Dedicated this 25th day of October, 1971.
As Walt Disney's Florida project approaches its 50th anniversary, since its opening in October of 1971 as Walt Disney World, it has grown to include 4 theme parks and 2 water parks, the recently expanded Disney Springs Entertainment District, as well as 25-plus hotels and 4 golf courses. Annually, close to 60 million visitors come to Walt Disney World to share in the dream that Walt had so many years ago, as a place for families to spend time together and share memories for years to come. Walt Disney World will continue to expand for generations to come on the ideas and vision that Walt had for his sprawling grand Florida project.